clubhouse when you all have lunch together, because there's no Germans, and we'll talk about this later. C1 men 500 meter final. Some of the athletes have been on the water this morning, so Mark Aldershaw and a few of the others had to go through a semi-final. Attila Viada put one that 1 minute 57 yesterday. We actually interviewed him 5 minutes later. He was still puffing. He said he was quite tired, but he's in the middle of the lane. And Vincent Slominski, this is going to be the second race today. I think he had 2 yesterday. Chang Li, he is an Asian game winner and came 7th, I believe, in the worlds in the C1 1000 last year. Helder Silva, normally known for his short distances. Did he pick up a medal yesterday in the C1 200s? We're certainly there or thereabouts, and it's going to be interesting to see how they come on with Chen here from China putting in another performance. The 500s, well, in kayaks you've got a good pedigree. Can you compare it to the I always see you say that similar sort of quote for the difference between a 500 and a 1,000 meter race. What is it?
For me, the 500, it's half the distance but twice as hard. So you literally go out as hard as you can.
Well, Mark Aldershaw took a really outstanding victory yesterday. He led from the start to the finish. He said he was a good tailwind, so he decided to go out fast and see if he could keep going, and he was delighted that he could. So he's already has a gold. Mojalal Imogadaram Adel, we're going to be calling him from here. And there's a few Iranians actually making the final, which is again great to see.
Oh, it is good to see him over here racing and doing really well, actually. Like you said, making finals as well. There's another K1 paddler that's doing really well.
China Li, he was unwell in February, had a month off training, so they're delighted that he managed to come back yesterday and take a medal. And Slominski, we've talked about him quite a lot, or I have talked about him quite a lot this morning, because he's been in all the races. And Helder Silva, frequent we've seen in the World Cup, putting in good performances. He seems to start like lightning. I don't know what he's got in his boat, but he seems to do something. And Tiago David, again from Portugal.
They'll be looking forward to the home crowd advantage here.
2 Portugal, 2 China. And Jonathan Jones, it's great to see the UK have put up a development squad.
Yeah, well, under 23 World Championships are going to be here later on in the year, so they're just getting a feel for the water, feel for the what's around here. So it's not a bad, it's a really smart move by the Great Britain team.
And the difference between 200 metres and 1,000 is 200 you start flat out, you keep flat out. What's the tactics in? Oh, bad start there for Great Britain. What are the tactics going to be in here, you think?
The 500 is not too much different. These guys will be going out as hard as they can. They've got one move, I reckon, that they can do is go out hard and then try to go harder, and who can hold on. So I know Attila Vida had a really good heat yesterday, so I think he'll be very hard to beat. Mark Aldershaw is very experienced as well. Both those guys are Olympic medalists, so they're side by side, and we'll see how they go.
Jiang Li from China is taking them out as we speak.
He's had a cracker of a start, almost a boat length lead. He's going for it.
And Portugal as well are looking, so we have China well ahead of the others. We have Tiago Tavares at the top of your picture in a very dark boat. Again, he's taking a second place, but so far, halfway through the race, we have a full boat length for China ahead of Portugal, and Mark Aldershaw is still in the mix.
Yeah, China just keeps to be surprising. They just, I don't know, there's a new guy every time, and it's the same across the board. They just keep pumping out these athletes. It'll be good to see where they are in August as well, and if they can continue their form. But it looks like Mark's starting to make his move. And
Mark Aldershaw pushing, as you mentioned. He's in the... Oh, we're not going to see it. There's China in lane 7 there, but we saw Mark Aldershaw really deciding that he wants to have a double for the weekend.
Yeah, 100 metres to go, and he is going for it. It could come down to the shoot, the little kick out that they do, and it's starting to look tight. They're trying to get Chinese guys holding on, but Mark's looking very strong, so it might come down to the shoot.
In the lead at the moment. It's Mark Aldershaw with the experience pushing forward. There's going to be 4 in the line, but it looks like, unless China's coming back, it's going to be Canada from possibly China.
I think the Chinese guy held on for second then. That was a great. He put it all out there, and he put it out on the line. He went out strong and managed to hold on. So that was a great race by him, and Mark seemed to have timed it well. We're still going to wait for the official results, but from where I was sitting, it looked like Mark might have just got it.
And also, we didn't mention Adel that much, but from Iran, unless mistaken, he put in a cracking race.
Yeah, again, it's great to see these guys out here racing as hard as they can and in the finals, and not just making the finals, but being a force to reckon with.
Well, Mark Aldershaw, he has, when he's chilling, he has these very jazzy yellow glasses, and obviously he has his white racing glasses, and probably several others. But it's
there's a lot of fashionable people going around this regatta this time around. So
well, it's only 10-15 centimeters, but I think it's clear enough that Mark Aldershaw backs up his win yesterday in the C1 1000 meters to take it in the C1 500. I think his place is safe now to go and qualify for the Worlds and the Pan American Games that are taking place, and he's good. Well, yesterday he was very modestly saying, or was it you saying good day at the office? I think he was saying the same sort of byline in his Twitter and Facebook and what have you, but it was seems to be going well. Clearly the Russians might have something to say, but yes, it's the official. Mark Aldershaw takes the victory, Chang Li takes the second place, and Adel Mojalal Imogadamdam, something like that, takes the bronze medal for Iran, with Slominski again just missing out. He takes the fourth level, and you can see Attila Varda